our attention to Flemington to build up towards the Group 1 Turnbull. And Michelle, here's the 2,000 metres at Flemington.
Yeah, as you can see here, Richard, it's a lovely start to ride from. You've got a really nice run to the first corner. You've got about 500 metres before you start approaching this bend here. And then once you do get to this bend, it is a really long sweeping corner. So you do want to get your position. You want your horse to be settled by this stage of the race. And then you've really got to be mindful of the speed slackening, because you'll have horses that have gone to the front and they get to about the 1,000 metre mark here and they really start to come back in front of you. So if you're back in the field, you want to be ready for that. So it's sort of, you're getting into a rhythm here. It's really well cambered on the corner here. So you've got your chance to come out and to peel off the horses' backs and get into the race. And then, as you can see here, Richo, just a beautiful, big, long straight to ride down. It's one of the most beautiful courses to ride on, gives every horse a chance. And the key to it is timing your run, because it is such a long straight. You don't want to take off too early. You don't want to come into the race too soon. So it's why we've got the best of the best out there.
Yeah, well, you timed to run perfectly on Prince of Penzance in a bit of a longer race than the 2,000 metres. It's such a sweeping corner, isn't it? Mount Popper's the only obvious on speed with Incentivise?
Yeah, it looks that way, Richo. You know, sometimes with the speed looking like this, there might be someone, you know, think, oh, we'll go forward and throw us out. So interesting to see the tactics for this race. I think Incentivise will get a really nice lead. I think he'll cruise across like we saw him do in the Maccabi. Mount Popper's probably going to sit to his outside and just keep him honest. Very elegant. She looks as though she might get into a nice position, one out, one back, looking at the speed map. But what I think's an interesting runner is Sir Dragonet. What do they do with him? Do they go back? They probably do. They've got, you know, bigger, better things in store for him. They don't want to be caught wide, probably. So it's going to be a very interesting race.
Interestingly, Bruce, you asked the question I thought was the key, and that is a Caulfield Cup. But Kieran's going to rule it out. He's all about the Cox Plate with this boy.
And then maybe a Japan Cup. All his runs, Richo and Michelle, have been in either Group 1s or the All-Star Mile in Australia. 9 starts. He's won a Cox Plate and a Tancred, and here he is at about $7 or $8 because of the strength of the other two. Fascinating to see how he goes, Jason. I think he'll run very well. What
are you expecting from the Derby winner, Explosive Jack?
I think we'll just be seeing him use this as a springboard into the longer distance races. He's looking fantastic in the yard there, but I think we're just going to see him settle back and we'll be really working to the line nicely for the future.
That's right, Caulfield Cup and then Melbourne Cup, you would imagine, for Explosive Jack, who's guaranteed with his terrific win in the Sydney Derby and also in South Australia. He's guaranteed to be in those races. Well, Bruce, here he is, Incentivise.
He's the most interesting horse in Australia, Richo, including Zaki, in my opinion. He's come from nowhere in such a short space of time. Those big wins in Queensland, what did they add up to? Well, we saw him in the Maccabi Diva, and today he gets just about the ultimate test. Very elegant on a softish track, on a big track. He's going to run well. He's got a massive chance of winning. In many ways, it would be so good if he wins today, because it would alight the spring. We know Very Elegant's going to be a big factor in the Cox Plate. She's a champion, but this bloke, won't he excite us if he can beat her today?
And how short he'd be in a Caulfield Cup if he can win. Here is Very Elegant, who's the short price favourite.
She's looking really relaxed there, Richo. She can get herself quite hot and wound up, but she's looking actually very calm in the mounting out there today. So whether that's a good sign or not, we're about to find out. But obviously she's just a champion, and she's going to be making her presence felt. And
she's got a new partner in Damien Lane, who just gives a little rub on the nose just to say, hey girl, I'm here. I'll look after you. Johnny Get Angry, well, he'll be getting ready for 2,400 metres, then eventually 2 miles. Chapata's in the same sort of boat. You can imagine 2,000 metres, he'll just hit the line stylishly. He's run well in an Australian Cup in the past, but he's a tier below these. Bruce, Persan, to be a contender in a Caulfield Cup, what do you want to see him here?
He's got to hit the line, doesn't he, Richo and Michelle? Look, he's going well. His last run was a beauty. He's such a consistent animal. He won the Bart Cummings famously on this day last year, and he ran a great race in the Melbourne Cup. He just needs to hit that line hard, and he'll be a big chance in handicaps from this point on. So, moving day, Richo. He either goes forward or back today, doesn't he?
That's exactly right. Now, Colette is a scratching, and so what does Dean Lester do with Colette going towards the Caulfield Cup as part of his Big Four? This is my selection at the moment in the Caulfield Cup, but the beauty of Mount Popper, he's already in the race, so therefore the stable haven't put him in races where he's been really competitive. You Wink Stakes, 1,400 metres, Maccabi Diva, Wait for Age. This is not his go. 2,000 metres will see an improvement, and then we'll start to see the best of him. And young Verta can be the horse that might run in at a bolter's odds into maybe third here. He's a nice staying type. He ran second in the ATC Derby behind Explosive Jack. And with this as a set weights with penalties race, it's not a weight for age race. He actually gets in all right in this race. He can run a nice race towards a Caulfield Cup. They're the key runners for the Turnbull Stakes. Finchy, let's look at the market.
Yeah, thanks, Richo. Well, of course, Very Elegant is the $2.05 favourite with PointsBet to make it back-to-back wins in the Turnbull Stakes. Her biggest rival is Incentivised at $2.65 in what has been a thrilling betting duel. They've both been huge bets on both runners, but the market is leading towards the mare, with the last 6 winners of this race, including Very Elegant, all being Sydney trained. Cox Plate winner Sir Dragonet is on the next line at $8, ahead of Persan at $23 and Mount Popper at $34. You can get $126 about a Johnny Get Angry ball over, but this looks like a classic match race here and it should be a beauty. For the best specials and great odds throughout the Spring Carnival, download the PointsBet app and sign up today.
Yeah, since 2014, all the winners of this race have kicked off their campaign up in Sydney. That's what Very Elegant is doing. Dean Lester, this is an interesting race for you. Colette being a scratching is disappointing from a Caulfield Cup point of view.
It is, Richo. Long as she can run in the Might and Power Stakes next week at Caulfield. She backed up when she won the Oaks as a 3-year-old filly, so I'm not too concerned that she needs to run next week. Simple as that. But with an eye to this race, I can't wait to watch the tactics unfold. But ultimately, I think Very Elegant will get the job done. It'll be interesting to see the next chapter of Incentivised. If he builds off that win at the Makybe Diva Stakes, he needs to, because this is a better opposition again, but he's getting to more his distance range with an eye to Dragonet running on well. And I think Persan's ticking over well for the major cups as well. He'll be right behind them. Don't think he can win today, but he could run a place. But for me, it's all about Very Elegant.
Bruce, Very Elegant for you?
Just Richard. I don't know about you and Michelle and Katie, and I feel something inside. My heart's starting to thump. You can't control it. It's just one of those clashes that it just is very special, and we're about to see it unfold.
Well, I'm with Bruce that I'd like to see Incentivised win. I think we feel like he could be something really special, and if he did win today, then he's proving that he would be. So I would love to see him win, but we know he's got that test from the great mare, so it's going to be a great race.
Yeah, Very Elegant's my top selection. Ruffy in the race is Young Verta. Let's get a market mover, Finchy.
Yeah, Very Elegant, Richo. It opened at $2.55. Got as short as $2. It's just eased a little bit to $2.10. That's PointsBet market mover.
Katie, she's a mare you know really well.
Yeah, I think she'll win, but I just hope that she's in striking distance of him. If he can get some nice sectionals, he's going to be awfully hard to run down, but there she is. She looks in tip-top condition.
Quickly, did Damien Lane ring J-Mac and ask for an opinion?
Yes, he did.
What did J-Mac say?
And James just filled him with confidence.
Fantastic. Here we go, the Turnbull.
Set to gallop. Ready to run. Racing at the 2,000 metres. Pretty good line too. Incentivised was one of the better ones out with Mount Popper and also Sir Dragonet the outside. Very Elegant would be fourth early as they sort out their positions. Persan the fence from Young Verta, Chapata, Johnny Get Angry and Explosive Jack at the end of the field. 1,600 metres out. Mount Popper the outside of Incentivised. Sir Dragonet is posted for the time being. Very Elegant's happy to keep him there. Persan fifth the inner and then came Young Verta. 2 lengths Johnny Get Angry, Chapata, Explosive Jack at the end. Incentivised held the lead at the 1,300 metres with Mount Popper its outer. A length and a quarter Sir Dragonet, who travels around Very Elegant, and Persan 50 inside. So the Cox Plate winner's doing it the hard way at Chiquita Lodge at the 1,200 metres. Mount Popper got a neck in front of Incentivised, who's going to keep Mount Popper working. Sir Dragonet a length away, third outside of Very Elegant and Persan. 2 lengths to Young Verta, Johnny Get Angry, Chapata and Explosive Jack last at the 1,000 metres. Mount Popper kept them running on the outside of Incentivised, and Sir Dragonet is right there, the outside. Almost a line of 3 approaching the 800 metres. Very Elegant would be enjoying that, about a length and a half away, fourth outside of Persan. Then Young Verta, 2 lengths Johnny Get Angry, Chapata, Explosive Jack is last of the 9. Coming up towards the turn at the 650, it's Mount Popper, Incentivised the fence, and Sir Dragonet 3 deep. Very Elegant about to peel 4 deep, and then came Persan A gap to Young Verta, Chapata, Explosive Jack and Johnny Get Angry. Races on now. 400 to go. Incentivise kicks on the inside under the weapon. Sir Dragonay together. Very Elegant joining in, and Young Verta is almost making a line of 4. Incentivise kicks at the 250 from Young Verta. Very Elegant has to find. Chapata runs on. Incentivise finds though at the 100 metres. 3/4 Young Verta. Incentivise getting tired. Young Verta coming at it, but Incentivise is finding, and Incentivise has won. A new Group 1 star has won it from Young Verta. Chapata, Photo Fourth, Very Elegant or Explosive Jack from Sir Dragonay, Persan, a Gap Mount Popper. Johnny Get Angry was last.
All right, I'm convinced now. He's a star. He's a ripper. He just waits for the others to come around him, Michelle, and then as soon as he does...
Young Verta looked half a chance. Second and third clouds it a bit. You know, Chapata third, Young Verta at sort of set weights and penalties. But he was well in, as you said, Richard. The other big story, of course, is Very Elegant. And that was a surprise. That's probably the worst run I've seen her put in. But he's $3.50 before that race for the Caulfield Cup. He's probably going to be about $2.40, $2.50. We all love him. I mean, it's great for Australian racing. What's he won now? 8 consecutive races. Moody. He's back on centre stage, isn't he?
That's right, and Bruce, there we go, watching Very Elegant disappointing. The Cox Plate champ disappointing. Explosive Jack, he's going along nicely. And Mount Popper, who won the race to get into the Caulfield Cup, they'd be concerned with him now.
Yeah, and I thought, honestly, I didn't like the ride on Sir Dragonay. I just thought Ben put him in the wrong spot. I don't know about you guys. I mean, it's easy for me to say that, but a lot to unravel. But one thing is a certainty. We've got a new star in Australian racing. If we didn't have him before today, he's bona fide now.
Incentivise is his name. Mwunga's another emerging star. He'll be coming up with the top weight to Ian and Epsom. That's coming up next.